Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Bree V, back again with conspiracies. Maybe not conspiracies, but just know I'm unpacking some shit here. But I'm back again with the not so conspiracies, but maybe so. But as you can see, well, I really don't have a title for the video, but you'll see the title when I post the video. But we are gonna sit here and unpack Katt Williams' Club Shay Shay interview. Oh, it's a lot to unpack. But before we get into the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can be tuned in any and every time I post a new video. Boy. Ooh. I don't know how long I'm going to be with this video. I don't really want to be long with this video, but there is a lot to unpack. And I had to watch this interview in doses because, well, no. I had to watch it in doses because I had some downtime at work to watch it for a bit. And then I finished it within the same day. But I didn't watch it throughout the whole entire sitting. But I was determined to, well, it wasn't hard because Katt is a very entertaining person. But as I'm giving my disclaimer, I know I have said before when I posted that I would never watch Club Shay Shay, but I watched Club Shay Shay for this interview. And this is no hate to Shannon Sharpe, because I have told you guys before that I had talked about Shannon before in my Kyrie video. And I have told you guys that I used to be a fan of Shannon Sharpe. You know, I still appreciate his athletic abilities and what he's presented to us throughout his football career. Because he used to play for my home team. So, you know, I grew up watching Shannon Sharpe play. But, you know, it is what it is. And then when it comes to Katt was one of my favorite comedians. You know, it was him, Mike Epps, Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, and Bernie. But yeah, I appreciate the talent these two have brung to the world of entertainment. I do. But that Club Shay Shay interview was, woo. That's a lot to unpack. But before I get into the topics that was discussed, I just want to say that it was a very interesting interview. I was entertained throughout the whole entire interview. Like I said, Katt is a very entertaining person. And Shannon is entertaining too. Like throughout this whole interview, I forgot about the sellout that's on ESPN. I just saw the Shannon that I thought I knew as a fan in the past. Like Shannon is very entertaining. So I mean, I get why ESPN hired him, because he is entertaining as fuck. He is. But you know, he's the sellout on ESPN to me. But in this Club Shay Shay interview, I was like, okay, this is the Shannon that I knew. This is the Shannon that I knew. And Shannon, no cap here, y'all. No cap here, y'all. I like Shannon's outfit during this interview. I would rock something like that, even down to the shoes. And I already know that his stylist is his boyfriend. Look, come on now. But Shannon, you keep him around because he have you dressed to the nines. You had that cool uncle swag going on throughout the whole entire interview. I'm not even auntie age, but I mean, I'm getting there, but would rock something like that. Even the shoes. You keep that, you keep, what's his name? Hollywood. You keep that man around, Shannon. He got you out here on your cool uncle swag. Well, yeah, you know, it was, you know, I told you guys I have a thing for fashion, so it was the color, you know, just a nice tone outfit, nice tan colored outfit, you know, kind of like sweat. It's like he just chilling on the couch, but you can go to the store in that type of outfit that Shannon was rocking. And the shoes too, man. Was those Air Maxes? Were those like the Air Max 1 models? Well, no, that's not the Air Max 1 models. The Air Max 90s that he was rocking. He looked like he was rocking a pair of Air Max 90s. But, yeah. And I saw it was like a tan color. And then I think I saw like a bright color in the colorway. But it was nice. Yeah, Shannon, keep your boyfriend around because he have you dressed to the nines. I would rock something like that. But, yeah. And then Katt, I'm going to be honest. Katt, he's a controlled opposition. I know he is. He may not have to sell out fully to get into Hollyweird, but he had to do something to get into Hollyweird. And I know they do. I have, you know, in the past, his legal troubles. Of course, we know how they do when it comes to these celebrities that don't want to comply. So, yeah, Katt is a very interesting one. He is. I'm not going to sit up here and be like, well, I probably will with some of these topics because it was funny as hell. But I'm just going to take it with a grain of salt. But I'm not going to sit up here and say, oh, he's a people's champ. I'm not going to do all that. No, I'm not. But I do appreciate the fact that Katt gave us a very entertaining interview. So I will give him his props for giving us an interview that was very entertaining because I think it's almost at 20 million. Like, he had the internet talking. He let the chopper sing up in Hollyweird. Well, no, not necessarily Black Hollyweird, because he talked about Weinstein. We're going to get into these topics, y'all. We're going to get into these topics. I think I ran my mouth too much because now I'm on 8 minutes, and I told you guys, I don't know how long I'm going to be on this video. I keep saying I don't want to be too long, but I think I'm going to be probably at least 30 minutes. A little bit over that. Who knows? But let's get into the topics. I'm going to be honest, y'all. I wrote the topics down because it was a lot to keep up. Like, god damn. So the first topic we're going to get into as we unpack this interview. Well, he just started off just throwing it out, just throwing shots. Where do I want to start? Okay. We're going to start off with him talking about Cedric the Entertainer and Steve Harvey. So he said that Cedric and Steve were, and then he also said that Ricky Smiley, we're going to get into Ricky. We're going to get into Ricky, man. We're going to get into Ricky. But let's just focus on Steve and Cedric for a bit. And just the kings of comedies. We're going to just focus on that right now. The topic of the kings of comedies. So, he spared D.L. Hughley. Look, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't like D.L. Hughley. I don't. I really don't. Him and Steve just irked me. And they were the least funniest of the kings of comedies. But one thing I can say about Steve, though, is Steve did make me chuckle a bit. So, here's the order of kings of comedies to me. As far as the funniest goes. Bernie, Cedric, Steve, and DL. Like, DL just irritates me to no end. But he spared DL. He said no DL slander will be tolerated. On my end, DL slander will always be tolerated. He's a boule. He reps the boule hard. But he's that little butter biscuit eating puppet. That's what DL is. So DL Hughley slander will always be tolerated on my end. Always be tolerated on my end. Not on Katt's end. He said no DL Hughley slander on his end, but on my end, DL Hughley slander will always be tolerated. Now, I would probably... DL, just shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. But Katt spared you. So, I'm going to spare you for now. I have said enough about him. So, I'm going to spare DL Hughley for now. But for a later time, oh, trust me, I know I'm going to be talking about him again. Especially since it's election season. I'm definitely going to be talking about his ass again. But in this video, DL, I'm going to lay off. Butter biscuit eating bitch. Okay, I'm done with DL. I'm done. But he also talked about how apparently he said that Cedric and Steve did try to stop his career moves at one bit. And they even used Ricky Smiley to tag along with. And you gotta remember, Steve and Ricky Smiley have those frat ties. Same with DL. That's why they always, you always notice they always come out to defend each other. Because when Kanye was getting in DL's ass, Steve Harvey came out to say something. So, yeah. They gonna always have each other's back because of those fraternity ties. They are both a part of the Q-Dog cult. Omega cult. That's what they are part of. They are part of the Omega Q-Dog cult. So yeah, they got those ties plus the Boule ties together. But anyway, he said that Cedric stole his jokes as well, and people was pulling receipts on that. Damn, Cedric, because I really like you as a comedian, man. Damn, Cedric. You out here moving slimy? Damn, Cedric. Damn, Cedric. No, seriously, Cedric always made me chuckle. Especially in Johnson's Family Vacation. That's one of my favorite Cedric movies. But damn, Cedric. But I'm not surprised, though. But damn, Cedric. Damn, Cedric. But Steve, you always catching slander. Like, damn, bruh. How many people did you step on to get to the top? How many dicks did you suck to get to the top? And Katt also confirmed that Steve did, well, Bernie even said this, but Katt even talked about the Ocean's 11 situation where Steve tried to take that from Bernie. But damn, Steve, between Katt Williams, what's the name of that lady that be on Storm Monroe's show? Be just sitting up there exposing the hell out of him. I forgot that lady's name. Shit, but she been exposing him for years. She been exposing Steve for years, so it's nowhere but down for Steve, man. Nowhere but down for Steve. And Steve is just gonna keep getting hit from all angles because he stepped on so many people to get to where he is. And Marjorie not gonna leave. Well, I think she blackmailing him, to be honest with you. I really do. But damn, Cedric. Damn. So now we're gonna get into Ricky Smiley. And we're gonna get into Tyler. We're gonna get to your girl Madea with this topic too, because it kind of coincides with this. It kind of coincides with this. So, like I was saying, he said that Ricky Smiley was tagging his career. And Ricky Smiley sat up there and lied and said, and even Ice Cube came out to confirm this too. We're going to get into Ice Cube too, because he responded. So many people responded, and I'm sure I'm going to miss a few, because I wasn't trying to keep up with all that. I was just trying to keep up with the whole situation with these topics. But, he said Ricky Smiley was around the set of Next Friday saying, I should have been Money Mike. I should have been Money Mike. And he said, yo, we're going to get back to the whole Friday thing, but this was my favorite part of the interview that made me just gasp. So when he was talking about Ricky Smiley, he was talking about Ricky Smiley. He started saying that. They ended up doing another movie together, of course, as we know, First Sunday, which is one of my favorite Katt Williams movies. He made that whole entire movie. That movie was funny as shit. I might go watch it again. Who knows? But that Katt Williams interview did make me want to go watch First Sunday again. But it is one of my favorite, really Ice Cube produced movies too. Ice Cube had produced some good films. He has produced some good comedies. But anyway, he said his next movie in the contract, he's not doing a movie with Ricky Smiley unless Ricky Smiley is in a dress. And he and Tyler Perry are only believable when they are playing women, because they can't play straight men for shit. They ain't saying it exactly like that, but god damn, I was gassed, because it's the fucking truth. I was never a fan of Ricky Smiley. I don't think he is funny. Sometimes I really don't even think Bernice is funny. You know who actually makes his morning show? What's her name? On Little Women. Miss Juicy. I think Miss Juicy is hilarious. That's who makes Ricky Smiley's show. And that man Gary with the T. They are the stars of the show. Even though I don't think Miss Juicy was like a staple within that, but he would constantly bring her on as a recurring host from time to time. But I don't know if he still do, because I haven't listened to Ricky Smiley's morning show in years. But when I used to work jobs that required me to drive, and it would be clients in the car in the morning time and all that, you know, I would turn that on in the mornings. But I don't know if Miss Juicy's still on there. I haven't tuned in years. This was like around 2015, 2016-ish when I would tune into the Ricky Smiley morning show and all that. But yeah, he's not funny to me. His other supporting hosts make the show. And the Brat, don't get me started on the Brat. Don't get me started on the Brat. But that's who makes the morning show. That's who makes the morning show. But he didn't lie when he said that shit. Not one bit. Especially with Tyler Perry's ass. Do y'all seriously and honestly believe that Tyler Perry brought Madea back for us? Do you? Because I damn sure don't believe he brought Madea back for us. He is too comfortable playing Madea. And I have told y'all guys before, I am a firm believer. I truly believe that the Madea casting couch exists. I believe it. He's too comfortable playing Medea. And not to mention, when you look back at some of the films he played then, while not playing Medea, I didn't even watch Alex Cross because I know he wasn't believable. And there has been some non-Medea movies that he has acted in that I actually enjoyed. I liked A Family That Prays. I like Why Did I Get Married? And I like Good Deeds too. But in those films, not once was he believable as a straight man. He wasn't believable playing Taraji's husband. And I wonder how much he paid her for that shit. How much did you pay Taraji to pretend like she was actually attracted to you in this film? How much did you pay her, Tyler? Was that why she was crying? Because it wasn't believable, but she made it more believable than you did? No. The only time he was believable and The Family That Prays was when he caused to annihilate this character. A trick. The end of Medea came out. When he caused to annihilate the trick and The Family That Prays, that was the only time he was believable. Because the end of Medea came out. That was the only time he was believable. And then, don't get me started. Oh, why did I get married? When he was arguing with his wife in the movie about her, I think she burned her eggs or burned her tubes. I'm sorry, but I be laughing at that part because the end of Medea came out. And Medea really jumped out in that scene. You got your tubes out. Especially when he was pronouncing fallopian tubes. When he was talking, yo, Katt is not lying. He's not. And don't, please, because that sex scene in Good Deeds with him and Gabrielle Union. Yo, because I know Gabrielle Union be talking about how she gotta keep working. Gabrielle Union is not that desperate for work, because if she was, she would play Tyler Perry's wife again in a movie. And I know, or never mind. She's used to that with Dwayne. Never mind. But hey, she makes it more believable. But no, she didn't. That sex scene was atrocious. That sex scene was atrocious. And to be honest with you, she's not really too much of a good actress neither. So, Lord, that sex scene in Good Deeds was not it. It was not believable at all. Nothing about it was sexy. It was laughable though. But yeah, Katt didn't lie. And I told you guys I'm almost at 30 minutes. I know I'm gonna go over. Ooh. But the only time Ricky Smiley is slightly funny to me is when he is playing Bernice. So yeah, Katt Williams didn't lie. That's the only time Ricky Smiley is slightly funny to me. But this whole situation showcased two things. Because Ricky Smiley And Ice Cube responded. Ice Cube responded to, yeah, Katt Williams didn't lie when, well, he said that he thought that Ricky Smiley was better fit for the Santa Claus, and that Katt just brought something to Money Mike. Now, he didn't necessarily say that Katt was right about that, but he pretty much did. But he didn't necessarily come out and say, yeah, Katt's not lying. I just thought that Katt was better as Money Mike. And then Ricky was better as the Santa Claus. And he was saying that to him, they're both equally funny, but to me, they're not. Katt is really funny. Ricky Smiley is not. And he was saying that Ricky Smiley was complaining about how, ain't nobody gonna see me. I'm on the radio. But Ricky Smiley did respond. And he gave a mature response to it all. However, there's a video going around of him fixing his coffee, and then he's crying on camera, and people was assuming that he's crying because Katt Williams annihilated him and emasculated him. But then there were some people in the comments saying that it's getting close to the anniversary of when his son passed, so maybe he's crying about that. So if that's the case, I'm not laughing about that, but I'm laughing about the explanation if it's true that he's cried because of Katt. But if not, if it's because of his son, then I'm not going to laugh about that. However, there has been some people that have their suspicions about that in the conspiracy world. Look, I'm not going to say I believe it. I'm not going to say I don't believe it, but I'm just putting it out there that there are some in the conspiracy world that believe that it's something sus about his son's passing, because I mean, I forgot how his son passed, but people are suspicious about that. But it is a little odd how his children do keep finding themselves in these near-death experiences. Because didn't his daughter almost pass too? She was in a situation. Was it like a shootout? I can't remember. But yeah. I mean, yeah, it happens, but it's a little sus. It is when you look at it, but things happen, because I do know someone who lost both of her sons to that, but see, her sons was in that street life, so, you know, was his children dealing with something shady? Like I say, I don't know exactly. I forgot how his son passed, so I can't speak on that, but I don't know. I'm not going to continue to speculate on that, because this interview is not, I mean, not interview, but this breakdown is not about them. It's not. It's about their father, so let me just shush on that one. But yeah, that's what he said about Ricky Smiley. And damn, I'm at 30 minutes and I'm still here. More topics. So okay. Next, he talked about Kevin Hart being a plant. And I talked about Kevin Hart last week. Or a week before last. And do I believe Kevin Hart is a plant? Yes and no. Because Kevin Hart has done stand-ups prior to getting into Hollyweird. But I guess he was saying those sold out shows before getting into Hollyweird. I don't know, but Kevin definitely was doing stand up in Philly. He definitely was. However, he did say that it's very strange how he ended up, because Kevin Hart did have some small roles prior to Soul Plane, and he did have a show. I mean, I don't remember this show growing up, but it was a show on ABC that lasted for a few episodes. So when you look at that, you do question those things. But I do remember his mainstream rise, because Kevin Hart started to have his mainstream rise during my high school years. I remember all the dudes in school used to quote his stand-ups. All right, all right, all right. And they used to just sit there quoting and talk about it. And then they kept talking about Kevin Hart. I'm like, who the fuck is Kevin Hart? Then I pulled it up on YouTube. I watched a few of these clips. And I'm like, I never thought this man was funny. I never thought this man was funny. I used to always tell people after I watched this stand up, Mike Epps is funnier than this dude. Huh? What? I mean, yeah, Mike is funny, but Kevin's funny. Or, no. Mike Epps is funnier than this dude. Hell, Mike Epps even said it himself that he's funnier than Kevin. And he didn't lie. He knows he's funnier than Kevin. He is. He is. I grew up on Mike Epps movies. Well, the movies that Mike Epps was in. And each and every time, I chuckled out loud. And Mike Epps has range. He does. He was in Dreamgirls, right? Not Dreamgirls. Sparkle. Mike has range. He does. So, yeah, I do think, and Mike even responded too. But Mike was more so just like, he just chimed in on it. But he had love for Katt. And Katt gave Mike his props. See, funny comedians know a real one when they see one. Because they both said Kevin wasn't funny. They both said Kevin wasn't funny. But, and then on top of that, Katt also mentioned the Diddy parties. He said Diddy asked him to party with him, but he said, you gotta tell Diddy no. But guess who partied with Diddy? And guess who told Diddy yes? Kevin. Remember the infamous video with him and Usher, and they talking about the Frosted Flakes, and Kevin was all in the middle of that? We got proof that Kevin has partied with Diddy. So yes, Kevin does any and everything Hollyweird asks him to do, because he want that bread. He'll sell his soul. He will sell his soul for anything. And I told y'all, he was The Rock's bottom bitch. They even kissed. And then I forgot all about the video. Not the video. I forgot all about the scene where Shaq was humping on him and shit. Kevin is willing to compromise himself. And even his, the booty hole. For it all. And I remember I came across that Prophet video. The same one that said that TD Jakes was going to have his downfall. Now, I don't think it was in that video, but she talked about the sodomy rituals. And she said that Kevin Hart loves participating in that. And that he has no problems partaking in all of that. And that's how he got his fame. I believe her. Because he's not funny at all. Not to me. He's not. So next. Speaking of all that, he talked about Harvey Weinstein. And how Harvey Weinstein offered to get down on his knees for him in front of everyone in his agency. And they was going to record that as blackmail. They probably had some cameras all in that room too, just in case he wanted to do that. And said yes to it. And then he said it's not about black Hollyweird. It's not. It's not just black people they doing this to in Hollywood. As far as them putting black men in dresses. They do that with all of them. Not just black men. All of them. All of them. And he also brought up Gary Owens. And he said that Gary Owens has that, you know, the bloodline. You know, the potent, well, in their eyes, you know. Y'all, you know, the J word. And that he's white. And yet he still can't break mainstream. And I think Gary Owens is funny. I do. And doesn't Gary Owens have a black wife? Because we're going to get into the wife part too. So, yeah, he was saying that pretty much in a way, I guess he was saying that Gary Owens didn't compromise himself to get to where he is. Well, he didn't rise up. And like he said, Gary Owens does have that, you know, he's white. So you would think that the path in Hollywood would be easier for him. But no. Katt was basically saying it doesn't matter what skin color or race you are, just as long as you're willing to sell your soul. And I've said this numerous times on this channel. Because people are fixated on why they always got black men in dresses. No, did y'all not see John Cena last year? He had on kitten heels, a skirt, and stockings. Did y'all not see John Cena? And there's plenty of others too that done it, especially on SNL. Whenever y'all favorite celebrities go on there, they do their rituals on there. That's what I figured out. Well, I remember somebody else has said that before. And then I put two and two together about that. But when you look back at SNL and you see the skits that they have these celebrities doing, you be like, hold up here. Is this where they do that humiliation rituals at? Like a few people have said this. But I started to figure it out a little bit too before all that, but yeah. Not just that, but the Masked Singer. I'm not just talking about SNL, but any of these skits, they go on these talk shows and do their rituals too, pretty much. Anywhere where they playing as their self or have to do characters, they gotta do all that. But yeah, what else did he say? That's where Kevin wore the dress. But yeah, he talked about that too, because he said Martin tried to put him in a dress in the movie. He said that as well. And we know Martin has wore the dress numerous times. And Gary Owens did respond. Oh, I gotta get back to Gary Owens, my bad. But Gary Owens has said that there was a agent that asked him, is he willing to get on his knees? And he said no. And next thing you know, that deal fell through. So yeah, he said that he came across that in Hollywood before. And then he also talked about the black celebrities getting with light skinned and non-black women. And I don't think I mentioned it before, but I always kind of thought there was some type of agenda behind it, especially with how black celebrity men constantly denounce black women. And there has been quite plenty of black celebrity men that have said some very derogatory things about black women and openly expressed their disdain for black women and how they prefer the lighter tone or non-black women. And I always thought, really? Because if you really loved women, you would love all women. You would. You wouldn't just be picky about that shit. They get with these women for the aesthetic. And it's probably, and yeah, more than likely it is in their contract. And then not to mention, most of them don't even like women. Most of them want men. Oh, I'm sure they don't discriminate when it comes to men, because they love men. But they do them sodomy rituals so much to the point that they don't even like women afterwards. They completely lost and turned out afterwards. So yeah, he said that about a lot of them. And then he also mentioned Luda's wife and Ludacris, because he said that there was a deal made. Well, they both went to the same ritual event, and they both was considered, I guess he was saying they both was considered for the Fast and the Furious movies. And he said that it was offered to him and Ludacris, but there was stipulations in the contract. They both had to cut their hair and their sideburns off, and they was gonna get a certain amount of money. Then on top of that, he also kept mentioning this throughout the whole entire movie, the interview, about how they all get with a certain type of woman. And just about damn near everybody that he mentioned in the interview has gotten with a certain type of woman. So Luda ended up responding. I listened to the freestyle. He responded over the Devil in a Dress beat. That is one of Kanye's coldest beats. I'm not gonna lie. But he pretty much was rapping about his material things throughout the whole entire thing, and how he didn't sell out, and how he's always leaving with women, and all of that. The only thing they got is material. So that's what they're going to brag about. That's what helps them cope with the fact that they sold their souls. But Katt also said, of course they're going to deny that they sold their soul. That's the thing in the game. Act like it never happened. That's why a lot of them get hooked on drugs, and they are so depressed, and they act the way they act, because they are coping with the fact that they've done that behind closed doors. That's why most of Hollyweird is on coke. That's why a lot of them develop drinking problems. It's not funny, but damn. How many times people gotta talk about this? So, I got more topics to talk about. I'm on 42 minutes. So, okay, I got one. So, I'm going to circle back to the Friday scene, because like I said, Ice Cube did respond. He also mentioned that, he would never put a scene that kind of makes jokes and pokes at SA. He said he had to do that for the Players Club because it went along with the harsh reality of that world that was being told throughout the film. But as far as in a comedic situation, he said he would never do that. Do I believe him? Yes or no? I believe that they do. Like I said, some of them don't even write the scripts, so you never know if Ice Cube really wrote the script to Friday or not. But he gotta pretend like he do, if that's the case. More than likely it probably is. But Katt said he had to change the script. Well, plead to them, don't, SA is not funny. It's not. So they ended up changing the script. And when we saw what happened in that scene in Friday, Terry Crews' character does come in the restroom and he acts like he's gonna do that, but then minutes later, Katt's character comes out squeezing this man's balls. So, yeah. That's what happens in that scene. Like I said, I'm gonna keeping track. And then he also talked about Jonathan Jonathan Majors and his whole ordeal. Because, as he keeps mentioning, Jonathan Majors got with a certain type of woman. It's in the contract. Oh, and speaking of him, I know he's about to have his Good Morning America interview, so he's about to act his ass off in this interview. Because Jonathan Majors is actually a good actor. He really is. I've seen Ant-Man, and I went to the movies with someone to see Ant-Man and to see Creed 3. So, I actually went with a few people to see Ant-Man, but anyway, I did go see those movies in the theaters with people. And Ant-Man was, well, it was alright. I wouldn't necessarily say it was a bad movie. It was just, like, Marvel is losing its touch with the movies. But Jonathan Majors' performance in Ant-Man was very convincing. And so was his performance in Creed. But Katt Williams was right. He said that, did y'all really think that Jonathan Majors is believable as a heartthrob? Pretty much telling y'all Hollyweird just slap these labels on these people, they dangle it in y'all faces and make y'all believe it. Well, or should I say the CIA just dangle these puppets in y'all faces, and whatever they tell y'all these puppets are, y'all actually buy, well, not you guys that watch me, but most of the masses buys into it. Sometimes it's convincing, and sometimes it's not. But with Jonathan Majors, like I said, I love women. I'm attracted to women. But if a man is nice looking, I'm going to admit, yeah, that's a nice looking man, or he's attractive. But with Jonathan Majors, he's not attractive. He's not attractive. It is what it is. He wasn't convincing to me. He wasn't. And honestly, like, he's not ugly, but he's not, he just wasn't believable. Of course, he's not my type at all, but he wasn't believable. He wasn't believable to me. Like I said, they can convince me with some of these people when they throw these titles out, but when it comes to Jonathan Majors, no. I'm like, women going crazy for this. Women are going crazy for this. But they convinced y'all that he was a heartthrob because they put him next to Michael B. Jordan. And on top of that, they had him bulk up. And women do like men with body and muscles. So that's what had the women going crazy for Jonathan Majors, because he was playing these action, manly roles. That's what had some of these women going crazy for Jonathan Majors. But now that the media is saying that he's an abuser, women acting like they never thought he was attractive. But he didn't lie. It wasn't convincing. It wasn't at all. Just like they was trying to convince us that Cardi B is supposed to be the replacement, and Nicki is supposed to take over that sexy femme fatale image. She has no sex appeal. Nicki has sex appeal. It was believable. Megan has sex appeal. It was believable in the beginning. After she sold her soul, it's like she lost all her femininity. But when she came into the game, the sex appeal with Megan was very believable. But it was funny what Katt Williams said about Jonathan Majors. But Jonathan Majors is about to act his ass off in this Good Morning America interview. Now, I am gonna start wrapping this video up because it looked like I covered. Oh no, I didn't. One more topic. So he also talked about Friday and how Friday needs to have another sequel is needed, especially since the loss and passing of John Witherspoon. Now, that was a funny man. That was a funny man right there. John Witherspoon was funny as shit. He was funny as shit. But John, yo, what was I about to say? John Witherspoon, rest in peace to him. But he was funny as shit. He made me chuckle in damn near every role he was in. Not chuckle. He actually made me laughing. Not chuckling. Like, not ha. No. But no, seriously. He had me laughing. Not chuckling, laughing. In damn near every role he was in. But he said, damn, we can't do next Friday. But he also mentioned how Chris Tucker wasn't the type to smoke too much. And that, I'm laughing too because he said Michael Jackson called him Christmas. But, he said Chris Tucker didn't smoke weed, so he didn't want to keep being the poster child for that, and that's understandable. However, he said now we got Epstein out and Chris Tucker. Is he pretty much confirming that these flight logs are real? Because, like I said, I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I haven't really got into who's on them flight logs, who was mentioned, but from what I'm hearing, Bill Clinton was mentioned, Trump was mentioned. However, Trump was mentioned, I guess they said he wasn't doing anything to the girls on that island. But they actually did make that clear, because I did see some Biden supporters, because ABC News always somehow, some way make its way to my feed on here, and I'm not even subscribed to that. But when they mentioned him in one of the posts, I did see some people, like, it seemed like some people that support Biden is very upset that Trump he was named, but that they said he wasn't doing nothing on the island. Like, I mean, I'm not a supporter of Trump. I'm no supporter of Biden. But it's a little weird. Now, if it gets confirmed that Biden wasn't on the island, because later, I don't think they're done with the quote-unquote exposing, but if it gets confirmed that Biden wasn't on the island, even though I'm not a supporter of Biden, I'm not going to sit up here and be like, damn. I'm not. Like, it's like, okay, good. It's good to hear that he wasn't on it. But he still got some weird... He has gave off that kitty diddling behavior in the past. He's done it front and center for us. Because, of course, a lot of his supporters are going to ignore that. They know people are stupid. Or should I say... No, I'm not going to say that. They know people are programmed, so that's why. But yeah, this video is 54 minutes. I'm going to end it here. It was a lot to unpack. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.